Elon Musk has released a brand new artificial intelligence into the world. Its name is Grok, and in many ways, this is a very familiar AI application. But in many more ways, Grok is unlike anything we have seen before. The Grok chatbot is the first ever product released from Elon Musk's newest company, x.ai. This is a venture that Elon first began shortly after his acquisition of the platform, formerly known as Twitter, but now only referred to as X. Because right around the same time that Elon Musk was dropping a sink on the reception desk, his former colleagues at OpenAI were dropping the tech bomb of the decade, ChatGPT. You might have heard of it. Elon was one of the original founders of OpenAI, and along with a small cohort of other very rich people, he seeded the organization with the intention that it would grow into a nonprofit AI research lab that was fully transparent and open source with their work. That didn't exactly pan out. Elon resigned from the board at OpenAI shortly before the company accepted a massive cash infusion from Microsoft and rewrote their business model into a for-profit, closed-door organization. In the time since then, Elon Musk has been slowly building his own artificial intelligence ambitions with Tesla, and we've seen the autopilot self-driving program evolve from simple code-based cruise control into a computer vision-based neural network that can navigate the intricacies of city driving alongside human traffic. Tesla Full Self-Driving has quickly become one of the leading examples of real-world artificial intelligence. AI has become such a major part of Tesla that they now host an annual event aimed specifically at recruiting new talent into the company's AI division. But x.ai is something entirely different. Founded in early 2023 by Elon and a very small group of AI pioneers, this company is aiming to change the world in a way that is going to have a pretty big impact on just about everybody. Alright, let's talk about our new friend, Grok. What the hell's a Grok? Well, according to an x.ai blog post, Grok is an AI modeled after the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, so intended to answer almost anything and, far harder, even suggest what questions to ask. In more simple words, it's like ChatGPT, but weirder. The similarity is that they're both chatbots. You can ask the AI a question, and it will write out an answer for you. That's pretty simple. But one key difference, as x.ai puts it, Grok is designed to answer questions with a bit of wit and has a rebellious streak. It will also answer spicy questions that are rejected by most other AI systems. So the AI has clearly inherited some of the edgelord genes from Elon. But in addition to writing swear words and making dirty jokes, Grok has one major superpower that other AI tools do not. Grok can pull real-time data straight from the X platform. So in many ways, Grok has instant access to everything that is happening everywhere in the world as long as people are writing about it on X. We know that OpenAI recently hooked up ChatGPT to the internet through Microsoft's Bing search engine, but this is not really the same thing. In order for ChatGPT to find new information, it has to be published and cataloged on a website. It needs a certain level of search engine optimization, but Grok is just reading from posts on X as they happen, which could be potentially very powerful, but equally as dangerous. We'll get to that in a bit. So we know that Grok's function is essentially a ChatGPT rival, but what's with the name? Elon says that Grok is modeled after Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, most obviously the passage in the book where they ask a supercomputer to tell them the answer to life, the universe, and everything. After 7.5 million years of processing, the computer responds,
42.
But the term Grok is actually lifted from the Robert A. Heinlein novel Stranger in a Strange Land. This was published in the early 60s, and it's a science fiction story about the first human born in a Mars colony who visits the Earth and starts his own religious movement, essentially a cult, and things don't work out very well. It's a good book, and it was very influential during the hippie movement. In the novel, the word grok literally means to drink, But the author also makes this a homonym, a word with multiple meanings, so in the story, Grok also means to comprehend or to be one with. The latter meanings were quickly adopted by San Francisco hippies, where to grok essentially referred to having an insightful conversation, and that eventually filtered down to computer programmers and hackers as some of those hippies went on to get jobs and found Silicon Valley. The amazing thing about x.ai is that the company has only really existed since April 2023, and they already have their first beta release out into the world. The company says that the current version of their chatbot Grok 1 is the best that they could do with 2 months of training. According to some benchmark results posted by the company on their blog, Grok is already performing somewhere in between OpenAI's GPT 3.5 and GPT 4. These are the large language models that the ChatGPT application operates on. So basically, this tells us that Grok is already better than the ChatGPT from 1 year ago when it first launched, but not as good as the current version of ChatGPT, which has been upgraded to use GPT-4. So that is very impressive progress, and it speaks to Elon Musk's ability to find the right people at the right time and put them to task. The team at x.ai is just 16 people, but these are some of the top AI researchers and developers in the world. One of those individuals, Greg Yang, wrote on X, "Last few weeks have been some of the best times of my life. When a small, motivated group of world-class people all push in the same direction, they punch way above their weight. I really did not appreciate this enough a year ago, but now only the universe is the limit." So, clearly a very satisfied x.ai employee. According to the company's mission statement, x.ai is working on building artificial intelligence to accelerate human scientific discovery. We are guided by our mission to advance our collective understanding of the universe. So, that's kind of vague, but at the same time, a pretty massive statement, and it all feeds back into Elon Musk's seemingly updated stance on artificial intelligence. Around 10 years ago, Elon was pretty well known for raising the red flag about AI development. He was afraid of the consequences of a powerful AI getting out of control and turning on humanity. The middle ground was Elon founding OpenAI with the idea that if AI development was inevitable, then he at least wanted it to be done in a safe and transparent manner. And now Elon is shooting his shot at taking over the entire AI industry. So we've come a long way. Elon was recently talking about x.ai on the Lex Fridman podcast, and he shared some very interesting thoughts about what he hoped to achieve with artificial intelligence. A lot of it comes back to this idea of understanding the universe. Elon told Lex, "We don't know the meaning of life, but the more we can expand the scope and scale of consciousness, either digital or biological consciousness, the more we are able to ask about the answer that is the universe." To sum up their conversation, it's basically we still have no idea about the nature of our own existence, what is a thought, what is consciousness. Technically, you are just a collection of atoms, and those atoms are made up of quarks and leptons that have existed since the beginning of the universe, whatever that was, if there was even a beginning. So how do these seemingly random combinations of cosmic elements suddenly begin to form thoughts? On what plane of reality do thoughts exist? Are thoughts something entirely separate from physical reality? Because I don't know about you, but I don't feel like a collection of atoms. I feel like a unified spiritual being. I feel emotions. So why does that happen? Here's a thought for you. Either everything is conscious or nothing is conscious. Now, clearly, these are existential questions that every human being grapples with, but we have no clue as to how or why the universe as we know it exists. We are probably missing something very important, but we don't even know where to start looking for that missing piece or even the right questions that we should be asking along the way. Elon Musk is hopeful that this is something AI can help us figure out, hence the x.ai mission statement. Interestingly enough, if we go back a few years to one of Elon's previous appearances on the same Lex Fridman podcast, Lex wanted to know what question Elon would ask a generalized artificial superintelligence, and Elon said,
"What's outside the simulation?"
Elon currently believes that there will be a point when Grok can answer such questions. Grok is currently running as a limited beta release and is only available to a select few people, but there is a sign-up sheet for anyone who wants to become a beta tester. It's limited to verified users on the X platform, and Elon says that priority is being given according to the length of time you have been verified on the platform. So the first people who decided to give Elon $8 a month for a blue checkmark will be repaid with the first public access to Grok. After some time as a limited release, an updated beta version of Grok will be integrated into the X platform, but only for users who are signed up for the Premium Plus tier, which is now $16 a month. Grok is currently only trained on text information, but XAI promises that both image recognition and audio recognition is coming soon. Elon has already set the expectation that Grok is going to improve very quickly and will be updated frequently. Elon says the AI will be way better in a few months and excellent in 6 months. So in theory, by next summer, Grok should be relatively equivalent to ChatGPT in terms of general capability. But these are going to be two entirely different products. And again, that's not just because Grok is allowed to say curse words and talk about drugs and stuff. But we're going to find out what happens when you train an AI on social media. In the past, OpenAI had some access to Twitter, but Elon cut that off as soon as he took over. So will Grok seemingly have access to everything on X everywhere all at once? If X is supposed to be the global town hall, then does Grok become the collective consciousness of the human race? And more importantly, is that something we're ready for? If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please consider supporting us directly on Patreon and hit the like button. If content like this starts to perform well for us, then we can continue to make a lot more high quality videos for you in the future.